All right, so I showed you a picture how bad the element is squatting down. I'm gonna show you what it looks like when I took the spacers off. It's really squatting. So let me show you guys real quick. The ones I took off, I thought they was 2-inch, but I believe they're just 1-inch spacers. Let me show right here. That to me looks maybe like 1.5 inches. Let's get a tape measure and see. Nope, it's 1 inch. It's 1 inch. So we're gonna turn these from 1 inch to 3 inch. And I think, well, that's 2 inch there. I'm thinking, how far do I need it? I think I'm gonna go 3 inches. Let me see how much is this right here. Yeah, that's 3 inches. So we're gonna make these 3 inch. Now I know you can buy them. I think they have them at 4 inch, 1 inch, 4 inch, 6 inch. I don't know if they come in 3s. Honestly, I don't know. But I thought they was welded all the way around, but no, they just got a loop and then a doop and then the doop here. So it's going to be easy to so I'm just going to remove this center and replace it and weld in a new one. So let's cut these apart. All right, so this is this is a circular saw, but it has a steel cutting blade on it. That's what I use to make the trailer, but I'm gonna use it to cut this pipe here. This is a 3.5 inch. I don't know how thick wall it is, but it's pretty thick. This is the same as I think it's either, it may be the same or probably a little, no, it's about the same. It's about the same. So I just want to explain something else about these real quick. For just these in a 4 inch is $180 or $160, something around there. I don't remember. I'll put it down here somewhere. But this pipe, this big steel pipe, was $11. $11. So that's why I'm going to make these longer. So if I can make them longer with $11, I'm golden. And I can recoat them. Yeah, I know it's a bit dangerous because the blade guard is not here, but it is what it is. Wow, this thing must be dull as dull. Alright, so plan A didn't work. That blade must be done for, because I used it a ton. Oh, now we're just blazing through metal there, so it's probably done. So I'm going to go with plan B, the old hacksaw. Yeah, let's get it. right, so I got the what is that called? Spacers, I guess. Got them done, painted last night, Cerakoted them, so they're a little bit stronger than that powder coat. And the next thing we had to do is just put them back in and see how it looks. All right, so the last video left off, I was saying I was going to put it on or install them. I did, and it's been a few days later because I had other things going on, so I had to stop what I was doing a couple times. I had to get not just work, but just other things I had going on. But let me show you guys what it looks like. It wasn't a drastic change like I was thinking it was going to be, but it leveled out. So here you go. So with the trailer on it, it leveled out just perfectly fine. It was going to be a little bit more, but I think it's okay. I think just perfectly level is okay. Plus with the trailer on it, this is probably going to be the only, and yeah, this will be the only trailer I hook up to it, unless I build another one. I secretly kind of want to build another one. Just don't tell nobody, but I kind of want to build another one. There's nothing wrong with this one. I just had so much fun and enjoyed myself building this one, and I kind of wouldn't mind doing it again. I have other ideas that I want to incorporate with this trailer. Well, not with this one, but building another one. But I really like this. I actually used it not just for my kayak. I had to go to another house and fix something on the roof, and I used the top part, this part, to hold a ladder. It felt great. I didn't have any issues, but I am going to probably just trailer it around more. I need to test, because what I'm worried about is the actual tongue area of this trailer, because I'm wondering if it will bend. Let me show you guys here. Basically this area here, this is what I'm worried about, because it's thin walled steel, just like the whole frame, but I know back there it's solid. Worst case scenario, I will have to probably cut this one out and put a heavier gauge, but I'm gonna see first, see how that's gonna work out, see if it's gonna cause me any issues whatsoever. But I did a lot of just, you know, driving on the road, hitting stuff if anything was gonna happen to it, and so far it's been good. So that's it on the spacers to level it out. I don't know why the front is so high, because it's not, the spacer is not that much bigger than the back, but I was just wondering why it was so high. I kind of probably going to make some new ones because I want it just a tad bit taller, just in case I start loading more things into it, especially on the top is kind of even in the center, but probably in the back. Actually, the only thing I don't have in there is my power supply. Everything else stayed in there, what I've been using going camping and stuff. So I mean, I wonder if it'll raise up a little bit higher if I take off the wheel carrier, because I can still take it off and still use the hitch. But I took it off when oh, almost fell, when I was just checking to see if the ride height will change, and it didn't. It didn't change at all. So that's it of this video. Oh, and I also want to tell you guys, some of you remember that I did an engine swap on here. Now my uncle was like, oh, you should bring that up in one of your videos just in case somebody else do it, they won't have the same problem. Now my car's been sitting up, I want to say at least good 2 weeks, because I couldn't drive it at all. Reason being is because the water pump went out, so it took me some time to get another one, put it on, and all that good stuff. That wasn't the problem. The problem was I had went to O'Reilly's, Amazon, AutoZone to try to find the belt. A 03 Honda Element belt would not fit. I tried different types of belts, nothing would fit. it was like an inch off. I want to say maybe 1.5 inches to an inch off. Like I couldn't stretch it any further. And one day I was just happening, just sitting there thinking about it because I couldn't drive my car because I couldn't put a belt on it. And I was gonna call reinforcements. Hey, can you help me put a belt on the car? That's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing. But the problem was, remember some of you guys that watched some of my videos in a few years ago, I had replaced the engine in this. Now the engine block came out of a 03 Accord and not an Element. The spacing on there is a 1/2 inch, almost 1.5 inches, well, probably maybe 1 inch different than a Honda Element. So a Honda Element belt, most of the belts, they, no matter what the brand is, they have a certain number, and that number correlates to what size it needs. Well, 695, I think 695 or 75, something around there, use the same belt. So I took the belt off the orange Element. It's a 695. Gray Element, 695. This joker here is 700. So now I know that a 700 belt is only I could use on this car because it's out of an Accord. So if you look up a Honda 2003, 2004 Honda Accord K24 A4, the belt is always with a 7 or 700, 702 or something like that, something weird. But yeah, so just a FYI, if y'all ever replace your engine in an Element and put a Honda Accord, for some reason, a little bit different. But until then, that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna probably make another video, me pulling this old trailer, and post that pretty soon. So I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.